I think I'm ready to rock. I think I'm ready. I think everything is good to go. And come on. Is it popping up? Still waiting. All right. Let's hit the button. Oh my god! Hey everyone, this is Soul. This is Warcraft Daily, or the Morning Show, whatever the heck you want to call it. And it's going to be quite a show today, I think. Oh, John thought he was first. He was almost first. What's up, dude? And what's up to Kevin? And what is up to everyone else in Happy Land of Azeroth? Supposedly Happy Land of Azeroth. Today's going to be a very interesting show because, well, one, I'm going to be hanging out on YouTube Gaming for the day because today's one of those days. It's a Q&A day, and typically on a Q&A day, I have a very specific schedule where I hang out here for one thing on YouTube Gaming. So hello, everybody. And so I'm going to be hanging out here until the actual Q&A starts. From there, I'm going to be watching it. I'm not going to be streaming it with you folks. I know I'd love to watch it with you folks, and otherwise, you know, do all the do all the bitching and everything as we go along. But I tend to watch that by myself because I prepare a very specific show. I'm sorry, I prepare a very specific video where I react to the video. I go over all the answers in an abridged form as I understand it, because I know that there are a lot of there are websites that summarize the bullet points and things like that, but I want to actually look at the whole thing and then react to it in a nice lengthy sort of series where I just, you know, go through all the questions and then react and give my understanding of sorts. So that's going to be the day today. Hello. What's up, Matt? You're digging Rhett. Very nice, man. I still have yet to like really try it out, because I'm not a very big Rhett person. As a paladin, y'all know what I do. Oh, you know what? Speaking of, let me take some time. So today's going to be pretty chill, but at the same time, we're kind of just waiting. We're sort of anticipating what sort of salt show we're going to have in this upcoming Q&A over on Twitch TV/Warcraft. So be sure that's in about 2.5 hours or so. That's when the show's going to start. The salt's going to fly. there will be feelings hurt, and my hope is that Ian just kind of grovels and, you know, and is like, hey, I'm really sorry, guys. We fucked up the patch. This is what we're going to do. This is what's going on. And everyone gets a pony, and everyone gets Amanthul's trinket for free. I'm still on that. I still think that's going to happen. I still think that everyone's going to get Amanthul's trinket for free at some point. Let's see, what are some new names here? Dwayne, what's up, dude? Kevin, I think I've seen Kevin before. You're listening to your 14-year-old rage at how overtuned the leveling experience is in dungeons now. So much rage. See, my nephew's relatively new. He's a wild baby who heard the same rage while he was staying the night a few days ago. Yeah, there seems to be just a lot of doo-doo with with this patch, which is, it's expected, but at the same time, it's understandably of not great quality. I've been saying that over the past couple of days, where, you know what, Blizzard can't really defend this one. They can only really apologize and talk about what they're going to do and just kind of move forward. There's a lot of folks, and there's a lot of conversation about, oh God, what had happened? You know, it's because Blizzard did this, it's because Blizzard did that. But while that is fun to talk about, I guess it is just fun to talk about how Activision has ruined the game and so on and so forth. It's also important to also stay in the present and talk about, well, what's going to happen now? What are the next steps? How do we move on from this? How do we cope? And, ultimately, though, I think emotions are really running high, and over the next couple days and weeks or so, things are going to settle down, and everything's going, and people are gonna forget about stuff. I think people are a little bit thrown off by how things went in the previous expansion, with the start of the Legion expansion, where there was a lot of stuff going on. There was the like Broken Shore. There was the introduction of the Demon Hunters and so on and so forth. Ultimately, though, it was just a big old leveling binge. And for me, as someone who doesn't really care too much about Demon Hunters, I was like, there's not too much to do. So, to me, this is just another WoW expansion, or just another kind of normal launch. Well, okay, the whole thing about not logging in, that was pretty shit, but you know what I mean. Let's see, Crab, what's up, dude? You got your maxed you maxed out rep. You totally expect him to fix this and remove the rep, but had to wow, wait. You maxed them both out? I thought like you kill one and then it messes up the other. Anyway, what's up to Watermelons? How you doing? All right. Let's see. So far, Dwayne is loving what they've done with Unholy Death Knights. Cool. Unholy Death Knights are the ones that fascinated me the most. But whenever I try it in practice, because it's when I was playing it, I forget which expansion it was. I think it was. I forget which expansion, but I was like messing around with it. I'm like, oh, it's very pet centric, with procking your big abomination dude and making them do cool stuff. And I'm like, okay, I'm not really feeling that. See, Zombies asking, what happened? The patch happened. That's all we're talking about, really. It's just that it's just the patch and the reception from it, from some of the more vocal elements of the community, have been widely negative because of different issues that people have been finding, such as it feels like my frames are like dipping for some reason, because of certain issues that people were having, because of of course disconnects. Leveling, the leveling changes haven't been tuned, and so on and so forth. I don't want to defend Blizzard. I think that they need to deal with their own shit. But at the same time, I think to myself, okay, World of Warcraft, as a former QA lead, I think to myself, okay, if I'm gonna QA fucking the World of Warcraft, that's a pain. That's a pain. It's a pain when you need to QA a game that keeps getting bigger and isn't so modular that if I'm going to release a new expansion for it, it doesn't affect anything else. Every WoW expansion affects the entire game that comes before it, especially because of because of BFA, you got to think of stat switches, system changes, ability changes, talent changes, etc., changes that affect the thing game wide. So it's like, man, I gotta check out everything. I'll get to chat in a second, because I want to rant about this a little bit more. The notion that because I, as a premier beta tester, put in a bug and said, hey, we've been reporting this and we've put this on, we've been bugging about this for a long time and it's never been fixed. The idea that it needs to be fixed like right away, as a QA person, I'm like, dude, you need to understand, folks, what's on the plate right here, because one of the few projects that I did, like, that I had a very direct role in doing QA on. Well, okay, I can't talk about what game that is, but it was a small game. But at the same time, we had about 4,000 bugs to put in. And from those, we have like 6 months to get all these bugs taken care of, along with whatever bugs happen to pop up during the development process. But we need to go through like all several thousand of these bugs before launch, vet them, make sure that they're cool, and have engineering make sure that they're fixed. So we need to classify these things in a certain way. Certain bugs, like small visual things, we in the terms that we used in my company, we defer them. We're just like, okay, we're mostly going to forget about this until people complain about this enough, and then we'll go ahead and fix it. So that's usually like visual bugs, small things that people otherwise wouldn't really notice. And then from there, the priority of these bugs goes up according to like whether or not it's game breaking, whether or not it causes issues, crashes the game, deletes saves, things like that. Up to even like major graphical issues, frames drop in, things like that. So thinking of the World of Warcraft, I can't even imagine what their kind of bug database looks like. I'm guessing it's in like the tens of thousands of different reports that they have to deal with, and somehow they need to manage it. So I do feel for players whenever they're like, oh, this, I've been putting this bug in, or everyone's been putting this bug in, and Blizzard's not fixing it. It's there. Blizzard hasn't ignored it. It's just so far down the list, unfortunately, and it's not like Blizzard fixes bugs in order either. They reprioritize according to what's going on. So it's tough. It's tough. See, myself, I don't get all the complaining. The only thing that was disappointing to me was that we have to wait a week before the new content. I'm trying to remember, like, on the first week of the pre-patch for Legion, was there anything immediately new that came out, or was it just Demon Hunters, or were there like the invasions? I don't remember too well. So you haven't been able to get either rep since Kata launch. Oh, really? Oh, I did not know that. Well, I haven't done I've barely been to like Silithus in like forever, and there's nothing cheap to get. Son of a butt. Ugh. No new transmog for me, I guess. Boo. Anyway, is this anything cool? Strange dimensional. Aw, the stuff didn't sell. Surprise, surprise. Oh well, it's okay. All right, what do you think the unobtainable items dropping is intended with the patch, or well, maybe you're talking about the chromatic two-hander? You know, when I saw it, I was like, wow, cool, an awesome sword that hasn't dropped in forever. And then I looked, I'm like, oh, it's a two-hander. Shit. Well, fuck it, I don't care. So, what's up, Menard and Jesus or Jesus? I'm not sure how I should pronounce that. Such as dying while questing for the first time ever. Aw. See, leveling last night was worse than it was this morning after the maintenance. Oh, was there a maintenance? I had no idea that they had done a little bit of a maintenance today. I don't think it's defending business to say they give us a stable product 99% of the time. A day of stuff going bad does not bother me. They are trying new stuff a lot now, and I'm liking most of it. That's the that's the burden that Blizzard gives themselves by reinventing the game so much. There's the good and bad to it. One, you reinvent and it keeps the game feeling fresh. Two is the burden of updating the entire game every time, because it's not just a modular thing. It's not an entirely separate experience that we have when we go from expansion to expansion. Let me see what's on the menu for today. What's on the menu? There's some resources. Oh, honor, bacon, because feast are selling. I'm starting to liquidate some of the stuff in the guild bank, and it's paying off. Like, feasts are going for a lot. Bear tartar is going for a lot. Suckers. Oh, block hold. Okay, so I'll go there. So like I said, I'm gonna be hanging out over here on YouTube gaming up until the Q&A starts. So that's going to be at 11 o'clock. Yeah, 11 o'clock. So I'm going to be hanging out until about 10:30 or so. And then I'm going to prepare myself, get ready to take a bunch of screenshots, run from the cops, and then watch the Q&A and then prepare my reactions for it. All right. The invasions are ramped up in Legion pre-patch, very slow at first, and then fast later. World bosses. You know what, dude? Legion was a very, very long time ago. Once upon a time, the Legion wow, the cops are getting closer. I think they found me. If we stay quiet. Oh, it's getting louder. Dude, it's like they're gonna crash right through the wall. Nope, they're still getting closer. Oh, crap. Ah! It's all good. I'm on the second story. So they need to like fly through the wall. And I don't hear the doors being pounded in yet. Not yet. Uh-oh, they stopped. Uh-oh. That means they got to where they're at. That means they're close. Crap. Alright. And I mean, heck, my Warlock feels better to play now than all of Legion, and that's with the stat spaghetti squash. I did pump legendaries into my Warlock. I'm gonna see, we're gonna see how that works out. Hopefully that was a decent investment to make. I still need to go through all my tunes and buy, get that free legendary off of each one. I tried to get one for my monk, who's not even 100 yet, or I'm sorry, who's not even 110 yet. I'm like, oh, I don't even see the Grand Challenger's Bounty chest thingamajigger in the monk order hall, or I can't find it. I wouldn't be surprised if I just can't find it. But I thought I was at the right location. I didn't see it. I was like, okay, I guess I can't get it yet on a low level tune, which is kind of a bummer. But we'll see. Like maybe if I get to like 110 and the chest does appear, we'll see if it happens to like be there. But that means I need to get my monk max. I need to get my monk to max level before the before Tuesday, so I can like find out. Unless you guys happen to know the answer. Did I read the post on Whitehead about artifact transmog rules? Mainly if the item is paired, say like the enhancement Doomhammer, where it has an offhand, like or prop heli weapon, the shield pair, you won't be able to mog them separately. Oh, I didn't know that actually. I don't have a weapon to test it out with right now. I only have my artifact, so that kind of screws things up. So I'll need to see how that works out. I mean, ultimately, yeah, I want to put on a flail and feel cool, but you know, we'll see. Ooh, I see a target. Go war mode. Aw. See, what sucks is that I don't feel very effective using my Shield of the Righteous anymore, because there's a pretty good chance that I'll use it and I won't actually be facing my target, and that really bums me out. Missed. Fucking rogues. Nuh-uh. Oh, I still have this other stuff. Oh. Oh, don't die. Oh, I'm gonna die. I still function. Oh, not for long. Okay. Alright, Monk Hall. Well, the Monk Order Hall. None of them are confusing, but I would say like, what's my least favorite Order Hall? The Monk one I'm not very fond of. The Warlock one I'm not very fond of. The Shaman one I'm not very fond of. I just like them small. I like them small. To me, the Pally one is perfect. Oh, perfect. It's just a barracks and a church, and the artifact altar thing is like in super plain sight. Easy to see, easy to identify. The Druid one I don't like either. You know, maybe I'm just biased. I think I just like the Paladin one more than anything else, and everything else feels like dog do. I think that's it. Where's my tomes? What? You want to fight me here? You jackass. Fine, we'll fight here. Let's see what good this does us. It's war mode. I can't complain. Oh, see that? My freaking shield missed. See, that's one of those things that I find to be like quite a bummer. Oh well. At least I'm jacking them up. I don't know if you're actually trying to fight me. Is he actually trying to fight me? Anyway. I just want to change my talents, man. Why you gotta bother me? I'm just trying to do my stuff really quick. Give me a chance. Give me a chance. Why did I change this stuff? Oh well, it's Passionalize on cooldown. Jesus. Anyway, outside in area next to the gear vendor. Yeah. That's why I had to look it up on a goddamn forum because I was like tripping out. I'm like, okay, am I not seeing it or is my level not high enough? But that's all it was. So I was like, all right, cool, we're good. I'm fine. Let's see, you just hard crashed with for like no reason. Aw. Lori, good morning. I realized real quick after trying all my tunes that I'll be maining the lock again. I don't even care if they nerf me into the butts. The gameplay is just that good. It would suck if what they nerfed was the gameplay though, wouldn't it? that's bad of me to say though. I'm pretty much foreshadowing incoming Warlock nerfs, and I think that's been like a normal thing. What's called? I think it's Mop. No. Warlords that comes to mind, where they felt cool. Oh man, I'm in a party with these guys. Wait, why am I in a party? I don't want to be in a party. Screw that. I'm gonna fight whoever I feel like. This is an arena. Oh no, I want to hit him in the face. Freaking teaming up. This is war mode, man. This is war mode in an arena. I have no friends here. Except guildmates. And even then, I'll accidentally kill them too, like I did with Senzin earlier. Ooh, I'm done. Not bad. Good to be a tank. Oh no! Okay, it's not feeling so good to be a tank. So I just was someone on your run would put up the fell succubus glyph. I've yet to see one being sold through Legion. Really? I'm aware that wants his demon girls have more clothes. Wait, really? Do they have more clothes? I don't remember that. Yeah, I don't remember that. Atish, what's up, man? How you doing? You might just grind up an inscription with your money so you can get your own. Dang, you need to get on my realm. I'm probably selling it for like over 10,000 gold, but I have it. Hey. Anyway, I hope everyone's having a good morning so far. We are slowly waiting for the great Q&A that's going to come up with Josh Allen eating hesychosis. I have a feeling it's going to be like a total... Okay, well, none of the Q&As I'd say are like... Oh, what? Come on, dude. I'm done. You want to die? I can make that happen. All right, cool. Thanks. I guess. Anyway, I have a feeling the Q&A is going to be like a whole lot of crap. That is like, I don't know. Maybe I just want to. Maybe I'm just going to get a kick out of watching Ian squirm a little bit. I'll be like, oh boy, he's in the hot seat now. It's kind of like seeing your bosses or talking to your supervisors, and all of us are collectively asking them, so what is it that you do here? I don't think it's going to be that bad, but the air feels, I'm just kind of, trying to get a bead as to how people are feeling. And I think that there are so many different avenues where there's like dissatisfaction that overall I can say, yeah, I think this has not been working out. But we'll just have to see. See, trying to figure out the hate for Ellie right now. Me and my buddy are both loving it. I'm not sure either. I haven't looked into it. I just know what I heard. So my scope is pretty limited. Maybe it's at the high end. Crab, but is there anyone on right now that can speak to Ellie Shaman and talk about just what kind of gripes that they're having with it? Your PC died. Oh no! Time for a new one. Time to make a new one. Project. You got less than a month to take care of it, Atish. Let's see, Aphrodite just call. Well. Mourn, but get ready to move on, and look forward to tomorrow when you go and start getting parts for a new computer. Maybe the fire on the tree was too strong. Oh, but it hasn't even started. Maybe the fire started with your computer. This might be it. I think we might have figured it out, folks. Atish James, the burner of Teldrassil. We're gonna see it in the cinematic, like. It's just gonna cut to like, as he's just gonna cut to a drawn version of you, just kind of like doing stuff, hanging out, doing wild things, looking at adult material, and then all of a sudden, fire. It's like, oh no! And then you run out of your room, and then you happen to live on Teldrassil, and then we see like the whole tree starting to light up, and you're like, oh man! And then you start pouring water on it, but it's not really water; it's vodka, and then the fire gets worse, and you're like, oh shit! So you jump off the tree, you somehow survive, and you're trying to tell people, oh my god, dude, there's a fire, and everyone else is like, there's no fire, man. What are you talking about? So yeah, that's what I anticipate. It's going to be a pretty cool cutscene. This is actual water, by the way. Just wanna let you know. The claims are bad generation and bad cleave, which both are good. Plus, your generators do higher damage, so you aren't doing low damage while bidding for something bigger. Crab, I was hearing Mary say something about fire, lava lash. No, not lava lash. I don't know shaman abilities. Something about a fire spell that is like missing. Do I think we'll learn anything new today, or will it be pointless? Now, Bree, that's a new name. What's up, dude? The thing with the Q&A is that for the most part the Q&A is designed for people who don't really keep up with the news. That's why it's a Q&A, because for the most part most of the answers that we're looking for are available through like data mined information, things that we've known already. But at the same time, Ian, when they do these Q&As, they do address a large part of the audience that does in fact keep up with the news and is already knowledgeable about everything. So in terms of brand new things, there aren't going to be a lot of things. You're really going to be looking for like 1 to 3 items, and that's it. It's not going to be a huge reveal, because for the most part it's going to be you're going to see for yourself how things are going. But the kinds of question, it also depends on the kinds of questions that end up getting picked too. And they're obviously cherry picked questions. They might be prepared, they might not be, but for the most part it's not like Ian's reading from a cue card. That's not what's going on. The Q&A is fairly freeform and improvised when it comes to their answers. Maybe they'll like read ahead and they'll have like a little something prepared to say, but not too much. The things that I'm looking for, the things that I've been looking to hear about, which I'm probably not going to hear about, are revolve around communities, which is broken right now. But I do want to hear something about, are they going to have a search function for communities? And there's been a debate about it, about whether or not communities should have a search function. I think they should. I've seen pretty compelling reasons why there shouldn't be. So I'm curious to see like how ultimately this is going to play out. I'm curious about flying in war mode, whether or not we should be able to fly in war mode. I don't think we should in the Battle for Azeroth. Clearly we can fly around while we're in war mode here in Legion. But I want to get like their kind of their stance on how they feel about flying in Battle for Azeroth, knowing that it's going to kind of sort of mess with the game modes, like the whole assassin and bounty mode. It's going to really put a target on your back if you happen to become an assassin. Like, you're going to be seen on the map and everyone's going to be like, oh, it's going to be similar to seeing a world boss pop up in Tanan Jungle or wherever, or Timeless Isle, where you see the beacon and then someone on trade chat says, oh, such and such, there's an assassin player on the map. People are going to look at their map, they're going to see the person, they're going to get on their mounts and they're going to gun for you. So I don't find that fun. Having a dismount button, I don't think that's a great solution for it, because one, I believe it has a 10-second cooldown to my knowledge, but it's only going to take care of one person. It's not going to take care of all 5 people that are coming after you, or more, who want to get a crack at that honor first. So that's a big concern of mine. Those are the 2 big things that come to mind at first. Flame shock. That's what we were talking about. Yeah, Lori, sometimes I'll totally let myself go on like those fantasy rants, because it's fun. I think the one time I did it and I actually recorded that and broadcasted it, when I was talking, it was some weekly where I was talking about a brand new WoW expansion where Thrall is where it involves Thrall, and he and his kids are trying to go to a concert, and so tier 1 they go to they're trying to get tickets, and then tier 2 they're in line, and then the final tier is that they're at the concert and there's problems, and then the headliner's like, oh, we need to get on stage, and then the final fight is going to be you singing with Thrall and whatever with his kids. Yeah, it was stupid, but sometimes I'll just get into it. I'll be like, oh, I'm gonna keep running with this. Improvisation is fun. Let's see. You remember I need to do Nighthold so I can get my Inferno with the seats. Oh, that's right. That's right, because those mythic mounts are still available. And I was hearing stuff about that really nasty looking mount in Antorus. That's going to be available to be traded, despite it being on personal loot, which is cool. I think it'd be better if Flame Shock didn't have a cooldown. Yeah, that's right. It's not that Flame Shock was removed. It's that it was put on a cooldown again. Okay. Let's see. You have some info about where Thrall was this expansion. He would spend time with his family, but no one can open the pickle jar to let him back out. Damn, your thing with pickles, dude. I'd say that things feel tuned way off. We normally cakewalk through Heroic and Taurus, and last night was brutal. You know, we're going to find out today. I'm going to take the guild to Heroic and Taurus. I'm going to see how that feels. As far as I know, there haven't been any hot fixes, so I'll be able to feel the pain with you if time and roster allows. Because when we were doing normal, it felt just about as cake as it always did. I think we had like one wipe because of something silly. But I'll be curious to see how it feels on Heroic, because I saw a couple of reports that dogs were like brutal because of the extra magic damage that you're taking that you no longer can mitigate. And at first I had thought, when I was taking damage on dogs from on normal mode, that I was like, okay, cool. It looks like the magic damage has gone down, and maybe some of the melee damage has gone up. It's hard to tell. At the same time, though, when it comes down to it, I really don't want Blizzard to put too much stock into, oh, let's retune Antaurus so that it's viable for like the next month. I don't think that's, to be honest, I personally, if I was the czar of WoW, I would kind of conduct myself the same way. I would do some small hot fixes as a response, but I wouldn't put too much focus on, hey, we need to take a good long look at this and make sure that things are balanced. That way people are getting their fair shot at completing Antaurus and getting their mount before the end of the expansion. To me, that's not a big deal. I'm such an insensitive bastard. Let's see. I'm gonna do Antaurus unless the dogs were fixed. I'm gonna die. I want to find out. I want to find out. I want to feel the pain. I want to feel it with you folks at home and on the toilet. You know? So you haven't touched Antaurus. I haven't thought about it like that. Antaurus. You haven't touched it outside of LFR since our guild got ahead of the curve. Is John here? He was here earlier. I'm not sure about now. So you're getting wrecked as a Demon Hunter tank on the first boss. It was on the first boss. And the dogs were nope. The DK tank that I played with was 2-shot. John and I were talking briefly about he was asking me a question yesterday, day before yesterday. Oh, what am I doing? He was asking me a question about a video that he wants to do about how tank changes have affected him and his experience, because he was talking about how he was trying to do, I think, like a 23 or something like that, and it was 23 tyrannical. What is the key this week? The key this week is, yeah, teaming volcanic and tyrannical. So he was having trouble because of the extra magic damage that he was taking that he couldn't really do anything about. My response to that was just like what I was talking about with Antaurus and the dogs, that it's a little bit unfair to talk about the state of tanks right now, because we're testing a tank that is incompatible with the current content, unfortunately. And like I was saying, Blizzard could go ahead and they could go forward and do some fixes and retuning of all that stuff, but that's also time that could be taken elsewhere. So maybe I guess their best practice is going to be to just respond and look at reports and look at data, and then from there, that's where the tuning will come from. Unfortunately, that means that yes, we are being used as testers. Oh no, I'm really sad about that. I feel like I'm being labeled, yada yada yada. Okay, I'm over it now. So, let's see. Stanley says that Antaurus Heroic is a mess at the moment. Oh, I can't wait. I want to try this out tonight. So swing by tonight for the raid, and you can watch me and the guild be like, oh my god, what the fuck is this? And I'm not gonna say anything. If people want to bring their alts and all that stuff, that's totally fine. I'm still gonna treat things the same. We'll see if I get my ass kicked. Because yeah, I'm thinking about dogs, and I'm like, oh man, dogs are gonna destroy me. The best I could do is like try to make sure that I mitigate the melee hit before and after. That's about it. Otherwise, I'm gonna have to like just kind of fudge things together and circle rotate cooldowns and hope for the best. Let's see. Oh yeah, we also lost Gust of Wind, which is dumb. Ghost Wolf isn't much mobility at all, and is rarely even worth it because you can't even use instants while in it. Gates you out of crap too. What do you mean it gates you out of crab? Crab. Well, we're doing 50-minute full clears on heroic, and we were 30 minutes to dogs. Damn. It's still taking. Yeah. Do we clear Antorus in 50 minutes? No. No, we don't. Well, we start late, we're slow, we AFK, and we goof around, and we wipe. So, oh, we're baddies. Let's see. Just stack. See, just stack the dogs. Mobility really needs to be considered when it comes to the fight mechanics as far as class design goes. I completely disagree. Feeling slow 9% of the time kills some of the fun factor. Maybe. Okay, I'm not gonna say no to you, but let's see. Being slow sucks. Being fast enough to always be able to handle everything, though, is also kind of boring too. I don't like the game being too easy either, even though I only do like heroic and all that. I don't let things be all that easy for me. Okay, there's Bacon. There's Stormheim. I'm going to Stormheim. We started normally at 8:10 and shut down by 9:30. That included a break. Well, keep popping that collar, son. It's all good. Let's see. Yeah, burn rush between poles. If it's going to be a problem, then you have a fix. All right. Shoot, it takes us about 30 minutes for us to just get started. So, yeah, definitely swing by tonight if you want to watch the rabble suffer. I'm like a window into the I'm like a window into the new world. Not the new world. Maybe the scrub world. Maybe the casual world. Yeah. I give my team a lot of freedom to suck and all that. See, I'm a tank. None of that was on me. I get punched in the junk for fun. Ew. Gross. I don't think that's fun. I think it hurts. Obviously. All right. Let's see. Oh, it's wow. Damn. Oh wait. I kept thinking that I started broadcasting at 8 o'clock. No, it's only been half an hour. It's all good. Alright, so I'm going here, gonna do that stuff. I'm gonna go up to space, double check for some transmog, because Papa needs some of that. Alright. But yeah, I do want to at some point when I get to it, I still want to study and maybe try and do some calculations. Maybe you folks can do it with me in a little bit. I want to take a look at the viability of farming, still using the order hall for making money somehow, some way. The idea is to use it to get Blood of Sargeras and use that to get herbs, and that'll be a way for me to sustain my market. Because shit, you know, I'm gonna have to hop onto the beta really quick. Oh wait, I think I saw something. You know, actually, I'll switch to beta for a second after I do this Warden Tower, because I just want to double check if I can trade down herbs or trade down pigments from the most current expansion to the previous expansion and see how that works, because that's going to be important for me. Because man, Legion glyphs, there's a lot of Legion glyphs, and they take up a lot of resources. So I need to make sure that one, I can or cannot trade pigments down, and if I cannot, I need to secure a source, because otherwise I'm gonna find myself struggling more than I should be when it comes to keeping up demand. Because glyphs sell, at least on my realm. I don't know about you. Don't know about you guys. It's always different from realm to realm, but for me, my glyph market is plenty good. Like over the past couple of days, 200 grand. It's not bad. 200 grand straight profit. The cost of materials is so damn low, I don't even count it anymore. It's just free. But I do have a system of doing it though, and I want to make sure that that system stays in place. And see, I like to be someone different from myself in a game. Just like an ability doesn't make it not there though. Ooh. Alright, so DK was not as bad as I thought yesterday. I tested it in LFR, but they require certain builds, and anything else sucks balls. Well, have you looked at some of the traits that you have available for you? Because some of the Azerite traits that you see in BFA content, some of them do have some of them have some fairly influencing changes to gameplay. Like for a paladin, I can either have another Bulwark of the Order, I can have a modified kind of Holy Shield, I can have my own Stampeding Roar, and you know, and there's some other things. So taking a look at the traits would be fairly worthwhile. I just haven't made a tool for everyone else, just for me. That's it. I'm a greedy bastard. Alright, let me tag some of these guys. Anyone else I missed? Nope. Alright, some recipes had the materials changed. Ooh, okay. I will definitely want to take a look at that. I gotta look at some of them comparisons. 80%. Alright, I'm almost done. This'll do it. Damn it. Stupid knockback. Let's see, all the DK Azerite traits are completely passive, according to Preach. According to Preach, I'm gonna stop you there. Take a look, dude. Take a look for yourself and see how they are, before you form an opinion on it. At least I'm saying be fair about it. If I have to have a certain piece of gear just to get the specs to work, that makes me not want to play that spec. Well, that's a double-edged sword, though, Mirag. That's the way I say it's a double-edged sword. If you don't need any specific piece of gear to otherwise optimize your spec, then that feels boring, because then you're immune to features, right? It makes it so that gearing doesn't feel exciting for you anymore. It's just gear, and I mean, you can care about stats and everything. The stats might have you know, a certain haste or mastery breakpoint might affect you somehow, some way. But for you to be totally immune and independent of gear choices, I find that less fun, because it makes me less of a participant in what the game has to offer. All right, so I'm gonna hop onto beta really quick. You know, it's gonna be off screen. I'm just taking a look at some stuff really quick. So if the game starts looking like it's lagging, sorry. Sure, I'm telling my opinion. Wait, what did I miss? There have been so many times in dungeons and raids that I'm the last person ever managed to kill the boss. Aren't those the best? I love those, zombie. I call that god tanking, and I love the feeling. It's the best. All right, we'll get on to that. Sure, I can. I'm entitled to my opinion, just like you are. What did I say about that? Or what did I say that prompted that response? Oh, anyway, that's what point you have an option. Ellie Shaman's option was removed. Okay, but they always had more than one option. The Ghost Wolf. Let's just. Oh, okay. You guys are talking about the whole Ghost Wolf thingamajigger. That's cool. Okay. Stats and such, sure, but having to farm a higher level of that one piece of gear, all game and all expansion. Fuck that. That is an interesting approach, because it's a matter of. I mean, like Monarch, I'm seeing it as a matter of, okay, am I going to keep farming for this old piece of gear that happens to still be good? Or am I going to have to keep chasing the new piece of gear because the old piece of gear that I had that I worked so hard for now totally sucks? So it's, you don't win at any rate, because then we descend to a more cynical approach. God, nothing matters, because by the end of the expansion, all of this gear doesn't matter anymore. So it's a matter of how much fun do we want to have in that moment, I suppose. All right, so I'm just taking a quick look. Do I have inscription on this tune? Nope. I dumped it. Swapping out professions like it's nothing. At least by now, like, I know where all the professions are. All the profession vendors are for the Horde. All right, so let's pick this up. So I'm looking at recipes for Legion inscription. So 10 of this, 15 of this, 10 of this, 5 of that, 10 of this, 30 of that, 6 of that. It doesn't look like recipes have changed at all, actually. At least at a glance. And I'm only looking at glyphs. Glyphs are all that matter to me. And my prediction is that that is going to be the big... That's going to be the big moneymaker, period, for inscription. I mean, there are things that scribes can make that I think are cool, but I don't think it's going to be like the bread and butter of inscription income. It's still going to be glyphs. Legion glyphs are going to sell. There's only 3 glyphs that are coming in Battle for Azeroth, which is boring. But the fact of the matter is, all the glyphs, all the previous glyphs, save for the ones that were retired, they're still around. They're still going to feel a little bit relevant. So that's what makes it kind of weird about inscription, that you don't see a lot of brand new stuff coming in, because the old stuff still works. It's not like alchemy pots, where pots just don't work anymore, with the exception of a very few things like invisibility potions or something like that. Let's see. I'd rather shoot my left testicle than watch... Wait, Pyro, what? Let me scroll up. We're talking smack on YouTubers now. Let's stay wholesome, people. But now I want to see what you folks said. If you want to agree on something, go to Pyro's vids. He has all the answers. I'd rather shoot my left testicle than watch Pyro. Oh, jeez. Pre-patch, Kaju. Pre-patch is a bit of a buggy state, isn't it? Yes. Let's not beat around the bush. Pre-patch is buggy. The launch was not as good as what any of us would have hoped for. And we're just going to hope for the best that that Blizzard... it feels like Blizzard's owning up to it. I'm going to be very curious to see what Ian has to say before he starts getting into questions. See if he like, humbles himself and says, gives, just a little apology is all that I would really is to be honest, it's more than what I would expect from a developer or even a game director, because to me all that's just PR, and PR isn't important for me. Gameplay is. So I'm the type where it's like, I don't want to be in this meeting where I'm telling people what my job is. I'd rather use my time to just work. But that's me. Okay, let me... Where's this stuff where I can trade stuff down? Okay, so I'm looking at the thing where I can trade stuff down. Yeah, right now trading inks down, it still only involves rosette pigment. So there's no trading down of materials yet. Not yet. We still got a little under a month to go until Battle for Azeroth starts. So we'll see what happens with inscription. But that's my stance on it. It's still gonna be good ass money, but I still need to secure a source of income though. But yeah, let's see. I got some resources, cool, and then I got 12 blood. But of course, 12 blood, that's pretty damn expensive. That's a lot of resources. That's very resource intensive, and there's no blood at the moment. I can at least use the primal sargerite and buy some herbs, so I'm probably gonna go that route for now. First though, let me at least get these guys out and doing stuff. Yeah, so I guess I'll like there's not too much of a choice, so I might as well use primal sargerite to also get herbs, because you gotta do what you gotta do, buddy. Any more resource stuff? Oh wait, sargerite. Work. Yay, off they go. Okay. Alright, so that's it for them. And then, so I guess that's the experiment. I'm just gonna do what I can using the order hall, because the idea is that hopefully they'll be, for the most part, self-sufficient in getting resources, for as long as I can at least. Let's see, I unsubbed after I saw he put up a snarky video about the pre-patch. Who are you talking about, zombie? And chat's like jacking up again. Dang it. And the whole read thing, to me that's a, I don't know, I don't like that. maybe I'm being too wholesome or too much of a prude, but that kind of offends me because I have relatives that have Down syndrome and all that, and they've been around for all. You know, she's let's see, my cousin. Well, I'm not gonna say her name, but for all I know, she's watching. Doubt it, but it makes me feel bad whenever I hear people. Oh well, whatever. Let me just get to farming for stuff. Tarek. Alright, you know, thinking about it, I think making a theory channel is a mistake. I can't actually think of one I actually like. Also, I also can't stand MatPat. MatPat. That sounds familiar. MatPat. Anyway, Monarch says I'm going to test out some more and see if I can still be excited about it. Also, I think there's a Demon Hunter waiting for me. I played DK since Kata anyway, so I don't have to play it more. Hey, that's cool. For me, you know, you don't need to be as close-minded as I am about other classes and specs. Being able to explore other things that fascinate you, always a good thing. I forgot that they buffed Frostshock to do some decent damage without Ice Fury, which gives me a movement option in combat. So I still miss Gust of Wind, but I have an option. All right. Let's see. You have over 600 channels. Holy crap! That's a lot of channels, zombie. But that's cool. You're the type that doesn't unsub. I actually appreciate that. People, understandably, viewers such as yourself, feel like maybe like a subscription has power in it, right? People talk about subs like it's their EP, and it's like, oh man, come on guys, let's get to 1 million subs so I could, I don't know, do something cool, you know, whatever. I don't know where I'm going with this. But I appreciate that you say that for the most part you stay subscribed. I kind of had a rule that if I watch 4 vids from a channel, then you would sub. Oh, that's an interesting rule. Paul Logan. I forgot how to pronounce her name actually. I have some channels I don't sub to that I watch everything of. I wait until I randomly remember the channel, then say hell yeah. I like 20 minutes to watch. Let's see. You were sub to Milo for a bit. Pyro made a video smack talking the pre-patch launch like some ingrate. Oh, well that's fucked up. I mean, granted, tomorrow, oh man, tomorrow's gonna be a really tough day. I'm gonna be cramming because there's a lot of stuff to talk about the complaints and stuff, and I'm gonna be mostly reporting on the complaints. And I'm gonna and here's the preview. I'm gonna reiterate what I had been saying over the past couple of days. And if you haven't heard me before, I'll say it again. Blizzard messed up. There's no defending it, and we just need to move on from that and you know, just listen in, get clued in on what Blizzard wants to do. And if you want to be mad about it, cool, then talk about why it is that you're mad about it. But there's no point. It's not going to be very conducive to like go on the attack mode and start just bashing everything and making fun of Blizzard for it, because they're, you know, they didn't want to. No one wants to pull up a crappy patch, because if there's one thing that all of us can very much agree upon, it's that Blizzard wants our money. So it would be in their best interest to release quality content, and you know, for whatever reasons, they screwed up. And I don't think it's worth dwelling too much into all these different reasons and trying to break it down and trying to find the truth as to why they messed up. Let's just move on. Let's just go with what we've got, because the damage has been done. And if they're feeling hurt, they're feeling hurt. But let's, you know, try to do our best. Let's move on. That's pretty much what I'm going to say tomorrow about this whole thing. But in the meantime, I'm going to cover all the garbage that people are saying. I'm going to look for some pretty vitriolic stuff. I'm mostly going to draw on comments here on the streams and comments on other videos and stuff, of course. But it'll be fun. It has nothing to do with mental conditions stuck when fanboys rich. I know that, zombie, but to me, I don't know. For me, it triggers. It triggers that sort of sentiment in me, and I don't like that. That, and because you guys know me, I don't know how to rage. So for me, like, oh, sorry. For me, that totally sails over my head. I'm like, I don't know how to get like that mad. I mean, I'll get upset about stuff, but I don't know how to get irrationally, like if I ever do that, it's the fakest shit. I'd be making fun of rage more than anything. But yeah, I don't even know how to. Maybe that's where read comes from, because you're making fun of people that do that. But I don't know. I can't do that. Let's see. Meal is cool. Lecture Pro better. I either have to massively agree with someone, I have to massively disagree with someone, or have no idea why I'm subbed to them to unsub. I remember when I upsubbed to Trade Chat QQ, they are skipping a BlizzCon that they. I remember when I unsubbed to Trade Chat QQ, they are skipping a BlizzCon that they owe us. I remember when I both disliked and respected Trade Chat for her performance during the Q&A. I was like, man, this girl is not doing this Q&A very well. But man, she's got balls being up there anyway, so I don't know. Power was fun when I first found him, but he got worse and worse with his contradictions. Contradictions were biggest issue. The whole Chronicles is always right, unless I say otherwise. Crap. Yeah, that I can get behind. Because I've yet to see like anything that really contradicts with Chronicles or makes the Chronicle feel like it's wrong. I don't know, just because something was written before, or because something might be kind of misinterpreted in game. It still feels like Chronicles is like the law, sort of, or you know, it's the lore authority, and it's reliable. It's tangible. It's printed. That's the best part. Ah. I read that shit more than I like to admit. All right, so I'm going to, let's see. I don't think does it work now? I think it kind of works. Nope. Doesn't look like it works. Oh, it's blank. It's empty. Argus Elite Tracker, you still fail me. Please update soon. Love letter to Argus Elite Tracker add-on creator. Mwah. Please update, and please, I hope that there's something cool like that in Battle for Azeroth too. Rare hunting is a thing for me. Let's go to Shattered Fields though. I hate when he says one thing, then 3 or 4 vids later completely disregards what he said was canonical before, so we can have a new theory. Oh, really? Is that what he does? Oh, I follow him on Twitter. Let's see, what was the last thing that I heard him say? Something about dark trolls being part of the Black Empire. I'm like, were dark trolls even a thing back then? Back then I thought it was all just elementals and the old gods and their minions, and like that was it. Yeah, that's all I remember there being. Dark trolls weren't a thing, because damn it, now I gotta find out. All right, hold on, I gotta get the book. Where's my book? Volume 3. Volume 1, alright. Alright, so I'm curious about this little theory. Oh, is someone trying to kill me? Oh, just an NPC. Screw it, whatever. Alright. Dark trolls. Let's look at this really quick, because let's see, follow the Black Empire. I'm looking for a timeline, basically. Primordial Azeroth, coming of the old gods, time. I'm looking for that thing that says, yes, 25 something thousand years before the events of the Dark Portal. That's how they tend to time things. Dragonflights. No reference to time. No reference to time. Winterscorn War. There's the Norganon. Rise of Humanity. Yada yada yada. Ancient Kalimdor. So it's not until. Okay, so recorded history, according to this, does not happen until 16,000 years before the Dark Portal, when trolls become a thing. So we have no idea how much time passes before then, as far as I know. So Soul can talk to Pyro about disabled chat. Oh, jeez. Skyju, am I going to main a paladin in BFA? Yes, I'm absolutely going to be a battle chef in BFA. So I did change my eyes. I look like an enlightened chef. I've seen the light, and now I will create churros. Oh, churros. Churros and ice cream sounds so good right now. Anyway. Let me get caught up with chat. Talk about how undead are immune to the old god corruption, then a few videos later claim the old gods are working with undeath. That's what I thought, that to my knowledge, undead are resistant to the old god's corruption. The fact that the fact that Icecrown Citadel is made of Saronite, to me that doesn't mean much. It just means that, yeah, they're resistant to it, but like, that's it. It's not like old god whispers are poison. It's not like you'll instantly become corrupted or something like that. It's you either give in to the whispers, you go insane, or you just buy into it. You're like, hell yeah, I'm all about this end of the world stuff. This stuff is cool, because we've seen in the real world people, some people are like that. So yeah, I don't buy into the whole thing. I think Beliar had a theory that the undead are the enemy of both the light and the void. I don't really buy into that, and I don't have a complete thought on this, but my belief is that the undead are effective tools against both the light and undead, but it's not like it's superior or greater than it. Oh, I'm sorry. Let me reiterate that, because I think I got my words mixed up. It's more like the undead are an effective weapon against the light or the void, and so the light and the void want to use the undead to their advantage. That's how I see it. Not so much the light and the void are going to team up against against undeath. I don't see that as a thing. I still see light and void as the two fundamental forces in the Great Dark, or in the Warcraft universe. Everything begins and ends with them, no matter what. So it kind of limits the scope, but I think that there needs to be something solid. There needs to be some solid ground for the universe to sit on. So am I going to do any more interviews with the YouTubers? I like watching those videos. Yes, I do want to do more of them. I might go back and talk with previous people that I had featured. Just to kind of recap and be like, hey, let's talk again. Akalon extended an interest on doing a talk, but I haven't reached out to him because I've been busy. There's just been so much patch stuff to go over, and I want to think of what I want to do is watch more of his stuff and kind of get a feel of what would be a good topic for. Well, actually, you know what? Let me get some suggestions from you folks. What would be a good topic for he and I to talk about? Because I've only seen a little bit of stuff from him, a little bit of stuff on lore theory, a little bit of stuff on his opinions on gameplay systems. But what do you think would be a good conversation point? Pyro, I'll just make another vid about Soul. Oh, he made a video about me? I can imagine, dang it. This thing is... Okay, we can always ask Novel for the answers. I can imagine Novel having a room in his home filled with sketchily stacked piles of notes, like little conspiracy theories and like strings all strapped together. Soul, tell me if I'm going off the deep end. Oh, A&T, I haven't seen you in a bit. Yeah, go ahead and haul at me. When is the Q&A? The Q&A is about an hour and a half from now, Legend. Once Paladin, always a Paladin. That's kind of how I feel about it. I'm a fan. I'm a full-fledged fan of the Paladin class. So if Prop Pallies were determined to be the shittiest tank in Battle for Azeroth, I'm not going to care one bit. I will not waver for 1 second. Okay, now you're hungry. Oh, that was the churro comment. Okay, rather than playing the new expansion, I'm going to level 5 alts. A Pally, a Warrior, a Lock, a Mage, and a Hunter. And then we're going to race them through the old content to see which can tier up the fastest. Let's see, you're coming... Keith, how long are you going to be up here? Because I got a pretty busy day today. Rather than playing the new expansion, I'm going to level 5 alts, Pally Warrior, Log Mage Hunter, and then I'm going to race them through the old content to see which can tier up fastest. Tell me more about tiering up the fastest, ANT, and what does that entail? It's a sort of in time, even those ghouls start mumbling about something about the old gods. Yeah, I remember that from a certain location in Ice Crown. So it was... Come on, zoom out, damn it. It was somewhere like here-ish. Yeah, somewhere close to the middle of the screen here, where they're diving in. There's some tentacle things there, and they start talking craziness and stuff. I mean, the way I see it, Agents of the Void, like the Twilight Cultists, they use like shadowy fell magic. They summon demons and all sorts of things. So I don't see a reason. Yeah, we get into pretty deep conversation with that. So. The light has an undead. Yes, that is true. See, Zombie says, a good example of undead being immune to the void and old gods as such as being a threat are just how much they freaked out in Alaria's head when she saw Sylvanas. You know, that may be true. All right, that may be true. The way that I decided to interpret that is, it's a comic. We're reading a comic. And when it comes to the old gods whispering, or what we see as readers, that's just the dominant voice that we happen to hear in Alaria's head. I think that the whispers are going on in Alaria's head all the damn time. And she alludes to the fact that she tunes them out. She's just like, oh, they're just talking nonsense anyway and whatever. The comic is just telling us what the whispers are saying at that time. I mean, they may sound frantic and all that stuff, but when you think about it, the idea of having the leader of the horde right in front of your face, she's made herself kind of vulnerable, or at least she made it look like she's vulnerable because she has those dark rangers at the ready. Of course, the whispers of the old gods are like, dude, this is a great opportunity to like take her ass out, kill her, because in that way, if Alaria responds to those whispers and kills her, then that gets her even closer to being compromised by the old gods. It's not so much oh my god, Sylvanas is a threat to the void and blah blah blah. It's more like, hey, this is a great chance to play on Alaria's feelings and try to get her on our side. So it can be seen, I think it can be seen both ways. It's just a matter of which is the more correct one, or if it's both or something like that. So I wonder if we can go to alternate Azeroth by any way of alternate Draenor and get a non-crazy. I hope not, Zombie. I don't want to see things get too crazy with the alternate this, alternate that. I want to be too fond of that. Pit of Saren. Yeah. I think that's what we're talking about, Zombie. You're probably gonna be up there until at least 5. I want to try and make it back home by raid time. Yeah, we can hang out. Yeah, let's do that. It's gonna be a little tough, I admit, because like I said, I have a busy day. I'm gonna be doing this, and then the Q&A. I'm gonna watch the Q&A. I'm gonna try and respond to the Q&A. But then at some point between that, let's go out. You get to see my car. You get to go for a room drive. All right. Anyway, I'm gonna stop arguing the undead thing. I can't articulate well enough in the text with 200 character limit. Well, I don't think it's an argument. I think it's a cool discussion to have anyway. Whether we're doubting each other or whatnot, I think it's cool to get our thoughts out in the open. If you think Sylvanas is crazy now, she'll do all sorts of crazy. She'll do all sorts of crazy if we find a living Arthas. I think she would too. I think she sees red. Definitely, she sees red when she sees, like, when she saw Callia in the book, she was like flipping the heck out. All right, what am I doing now? I think I got all the PvP stuff that I wanted to do. All right, so I'll wander over to shit. I was gonna go to some instance. I'll go to Firelands. Sure, Firelands sounds good. All right. The whispers would have been silly if it had been more about choosing her outfit for the day. Lol. I mean, yeah, because the whispers were saying all sorts of different things. They were talking about Terralion. hey dude, here's your chance. You should, you really should kill him and all that. But because Terralion is always around her, of course, I think that's easier. That's even easier for Ilaria to tune out because she probably hears that shit all the time. Sylvanas though, that's like a once. That's well, it's pretty much a once in a lifetime sort of opportunity. So yeah, I think the whispers would especially be loud there. So I'll help you up when I'm down. Can you give me a time? Well, the Q&A ends. The Q&A is going to go from 11 to 12. So pretty much any time after 12. My thoughts aren't, yeah, pretty much any time after 12. I'm going to start recording and all that. So if you're, and chances are when I start my recording, Keith, like I'll start it and I'll just be rambling on about going through all the questions for about an hour and some change until I edit it and bring it all down. So yeah, but creating that video doesn't take me a whole lot of time, not like my other published stuff. So yeah, anyway. Zombie says, by the way, I like the tribute video and I thank you for giving various props, even though you're, well, I joke about the whole horde cuck thing, and my perspective is more limited. So there's no getting away from the idea of, oh yeah, I'm a horde boy and all that stuff. But in the end, it's all the World of Warcraft. This expansion was largely separate from the faction conflict. It was very limited. We got Broken Shore, we had Stormheim, that's it. That was all the real faction conflict that we had going on. And then the epilogue of Legion, that's when we started to see more stuff. So there's that. This coming expansion though, I don't know, like it's unfortunate that it's a turnoff. It's such a turnoff for some people, just because I am a horde person. Oh, forget it. I'm not gonna subscribe to this guy. I'm like, wow, dude. just because I happen to be a horde player. Nope, not gonna subscribe to this guy. It's one more thing to celebrate with the faction conflict and all that, but at the same time I'm like, oh well, that almost kind of hurts me. I'm like, geez, you take it that personally, huh? Just because I happen to be part of the superior faction. God, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say that out loud. Let's see, they'll start in Molten Core. Once they get the 8 set pieces, then they can move into next year. The winner is the first student that can collect all the set pieces from Vanilla BC. That's damn. They have to wear the gear that they get. No transmog, no Biffy gear. That sounds daunting, dude. It sounds fun, but that sounds kind of crazy. Wait, Bash in the Twilight. Didn't I finish Bash in the Twilight? I think I did. No, maybe I just did like one boss. I didn't do Cho'Gall or Sinestra. No, I don't need to go here though. I was going to Firelands. That's where I was going. That's why I get for distracting myself with stupid stuff like talking and interacting with viewers. God. Hopefully they'll be fixed by the time I get this project up and running. Well, that might seem fun. So I hope you blog it or do some recordings of it, because that might be cool. Having a thought on Ilaria's son, he might die in Biffa at some point. Your guys' thoughts? I think it's going to happen. I think that, unfortunately, Erator is going to be used as some sort of catalyst to trigger Ilaria and Terralion into going to extremes of sorts. I think they're going to start some shit. I definitely think that Ilaria versus Terralion is going to be a thing. Yep, if he dies, it's going to be like a nuke. Bane is going to die and leave the Horde with no Boy Scouts. Oh, no more cat. Bane's going to get killed, and then Sylvanas is going to be like, well, I guess there's only one thing to do now. Freaking domesticate the Tauren. No, that's not going to happen. God, imagine if you rolled a new Tauren character, and then you start off in a farm, and you're trying to escape the tyranny of Sylvanas. That'd be kind of cool. You start off in like the slaughterhouse. You're like, no, no, no. And then, you know, like maybe it is Bane, right? In Bane, he only has one eye and he has like a peg leg. He's like, oh, I'm going to get you out. You're going to be my champion. And you're like, dude, this guy's flipping out. You know, so he leads you out of this horde slaughterhouse where tons of your brethren are getting killed and you're trying to break out other people. And then you break away. You become, you know, you freaking join the alliance and you're like, oh, Anduin, help us. You know, our people are getting slaughtered like cows. And Anduin's like, okay. Right. Anyway, also, I'll stop there. See, I don't mind horde only guys as long as you don't insult alliance players in real life. I mean, I don't insult horde players. So yeah, anything that here, I don't have a great character, that I play. In terms of, I don't play like a fake personality or whatnot, but I do joke a lot with like the whole horde bias thing. But yeah, definitely don't take it personally. I would hate for that to be a thing. I just do it for it's all for fun, all for fun. But some people can't help but take it seriously. So let's see, duel me outside Stormwind. I'll show you the superior faction. Well, do you really want to be humiliated like that? Okay, so Tech will hit me up after 1. All right, so damn, I got a very busy day today because we're gonna go out for like a late lunch, and that means I'm gonna be sleepy as all hell. All right, so I'm going to Hyjal, and then I'm going to Firelands. There we go. Now I'm getting my shit together. Let's see. Another thing in this BFA madness, where is the pickle jar? All right, you got to tell me now. Where does the pickle joke come from? Because I haven't heard it before. Is this your thing? Thrall's making babies. Yep, Thrall's making babies. Too busy. Chris, what's up, man? Hey, so we're kind of friends, and you main horde, and I main alliance. It's all good, dude. Nobody's perfect. Alright, anyway. Let's see. Nyx, he calls Thrall a pickle. Is it because pickles are ribbed and delicious? Or is it because they make your mouth pucker? Or is it because they fit really well, wink wink, in your mouth, wink wink? Or is it because they go great with a sandwich? Or taking that too far. Let's go to goddamn Firelands already. God. Oh, one thing that I hope that does get addressed. The whole thing about legacy raid loot or legacy loot spec and all that. How we gotta wait for 2 expansions in order to get the increased loot chance. My thoughts are mixed on that. I don't mind it too much, but at the same time, I really feel for players that love farming for transmog and want to be able to get a whole bunch of loot, because getting one piece of loot really sucks. I would want to think that getting like a little bit more would be better, like half or something like that. I'm not quite sure how to negotiate that, but it just doesn't feel good knowing that I'm only getting 1 piece of gear this time, especially because before we had more pieces of gear drop before, and especially because I want to get transmog. I don't really want to get rings, guys, girls. It's a pretty bad feeling. So I'm wondering if Blizzard is... I have a feeling that the question has been asked. It's just a matter of if Blizzard is going to answer that question, and are we going to like the answer? I think we're happy with the way the loot changes are different. We feel that players have plenty of chances every week to go through. It's not like the content is very difficult. The fact that you only get 1 piece of gear per boss per run, we get that it doesn't have a great feeling for players, but it also gives you a reason to go back again and again and again to increase your playtime and up our MAUs. Yeah, Blizzard conspiracy. But that's what I think the answer is going to end up being. But I do hope that they address this a little bit more and respond to that, because it would be nice to get like a little bit more gear from like WOD places. I mean, there's only so many raids, so like, why not? How long to the Q&A? You still have about an hour, dude. So I'm going to be on here for another 40 or so minutes, and then I'm going to prep for the Q&A and all that. No, it's because he's green and useless. Nah, dude, pickles are good. Pickles are not useless. Shoot. That's why Nyx calls him pickle. That's mean. That's mean. That's mean to pickles. don't shoot the messenger, but pickles are disgusting. I used to hate pickles, and now not so much. Now Pickles and we have a pretty decent relationship, especially or like the pickling of vegetables. That shit's tasty. It's going too far. Pickles are not as useless as Thrall. Let's see. Zombie Blizzard is going to hit you with a Nerf bat for insulting Green Jesus. You know, I get the fun behind making fun of Thrall as, you know, the whole Green Jesus thing, but Thrall never died. Well, I guess technically he didn't die. He lost his body? That whole shit's confusing. Whatever. Let's see. Threats is gone, so Thrall and Mal? Blizzard probably forgot about that. You know, I think maybe Blizzard is trying to do its best to kind of not wipe Thrall out of history or anything, but just to work more on getting the taste out, I guess. I mean, think of Sylvanas as like the palate cleanser. It's like, man, I really miss Thrall. He wasn't bad. He wasn't pulling this kind of shit, or you know, he wasn't pulling this kind of shit as the war chief. But man, freaking Garrosh, he's doing this stuff. Vol'jin didn't have a chance, the poor guy, and Sylvanas is a jerk face. I was gonna say a mean word. I'll go with jerk face. See, legacy mode should activate for Legion when we hit 120. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that is true. Why did I forget about that? Thank you for making me feel like an idiot. It's not your fault. I had an idiot moment. So, but I do. It does make me think too. Like maybe they should just loosen it up because it'll at least because you might as well. We're at the pre-patch, so you might as well loosen the restrictions now rather than later. I guess that's kind of my thought. So it gives us a little bit more stuff to do because we're gonna be busy leveling and doing all that stuff later. So it's like, why not? I guess that's the point that I'm trying to make. We already have our foot in the door. Might as well just give it to us now than a little bit later. Don't forget the Q&A will be filled with stories about being on a chamois the other day. Yes. Wait, let me look. Did Wildhead do like a whole bingo card thing again? I don't really participate in the bingo thing, but I wonder if they're doing it. If it is, it's on Twitter somewhere. Let me check Twitter. Twitter. By the way, folks, if you don't already or don't care, follow me on Twitter. That's when you know if I'm streaming or more importantly not streaming. And sometimes I'll comment on stuff and talk smack with other YouTubers about silly things. All right, let's see. Anything from Wowhead? Nope, don't see anything. I just see naked chicks, cosplayers. Just kidding. No cosplayers. And that's it. Okay, cool. So nothing that oh, hey, Shanix is there. Hey, what's up, Shanix? You're cool. Anyway. I don't get to eat pickles anymore. My oldest son has a sixth sense and tracks me down if I try to eat one and steals it. Wow, your son's a jerk. So if Blizzard wants this old school Horde versus Alliance back, then where is Thrall? Well, I think we're going even further back. It's not even Horde versus Alliance. It's more like humans versus orcs. That's Blizzard is just working with what they've got, essentially. Okay, I got a lot of stuff. Wait, I shouldn't even been doing this version of Firelands because I'm at 79%. I could still get stuff. Yeah, I could still get stuff. All right. It's still a good idea to be here. And say, well, from 2 minutes stuff with my friend, we net positive more loots, and we can trade stuff. We get. So I'm okay. Yeah. That's kind of the plan. Like, it's hard for me to do with my wife, but I want to try and do it more, where we just get on together, and and we'll get something. She'll get the cloth stuff because of her, for her priest, and I'll get all the plate stuff, and like that's it. Let's see. And only my opinion matters. I have my blogs. I have my scars. It would have been cool if I was able... I would have loved to enable to extract some of the sounds that I got from the tribute video that I did yesterday. If I can extract stuff from the cinematics, it would have been... It would have been a lot better. I think it would have been a little bit better regarding some of the characters. But I'm still happy with what I did there. So I would follow you, Soul, but if I'm on Twitter more than once a month, it is a lot to me. Fair enough. It's for those who happen to have a Twitter. Let's see. Nothing good. Of course, nothing good. Boop, 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 doo. Naked chicks and cosplayers happen to me. I have to be two of my favorite things. What if they're put together? Just kidding. That's a contradiction because a naked cosplayer is just naked. Current cosplayer. Is there a current cosplayer controversy? I am not knowledgeable of this because I don't really keep track of cosplayers. So, chromatic sword drops again. Well, now that it's dropping, I expect the value to go down. And well, since I'm not a prop pally, or since I'm not a two-hand person user, I could care less. Fuck it. Kind of makes me sad. I'm like, I want a cool sword that I'm looking forward to the new lightsaber looking thing that's gonna come out. That's something I'm gonna be looking for and trying to score. All right, Bephalak, let's do this. Let's dance. Naked cosplaying is fine. I'm fine with it. Bring it. As long as they have like a hello, my name is such and such, then that's cool. Bephalak, yay, she's dead. And nothing. You wear a blue wig, and there you go. You're a naked Bulma. Bulma, yeah, Bulma's old. Keep him young and virile. Let's see, the current controversy is one cosplayer girl touching people against their wishes. Ill. That's kind of gross, dude. Like, girl, where you been? Yeah, where you been? You're touching fans? Fans are gross. And you're touching them? Don't get close to me, woman. When will Blizzard announce player housing? Oh, I really want player housing. I really think that my idea of player housing could work. It was simply, I kind of forgot what the idea was, but it was like instant stuff and largely separate. It mostly involves running old content for materials and parts, and that would have been it. I thought it would have been a cool idea. And I'm combat locked. You motherfucker. I don't even know what I passed by, man. Yeah, I don't know what I did, but I ruined everything. Good going, Soul. Good going. Let's see, Bulma's dead. Yeah, I heard about that too a while back. That is kind of a bummer. How does the new one sound? Or have we heard her at all? Because I'm not familiar with Dragon Ball Super, so I don't know if she was like on the show very much. Let's see, you got player housing and what? No, even Blizzard doesn't even acknowledge it as like player housing. I mean, they acknowledge it as their version of player housing, but I think that there is a easy and benign way to introduce player housing into WoW that doesn't like impact things too much. I mean, I don't want anything like what was my basis for player housing? It doesn't affect gameplay. It doesn't make you stronger. That's a very important thing. It doesn't have utility to it. It's literally just a thing that you decorate and that you sink money and time into with very little return other than, hey, look at my shit. That's it. That's all I want player housing in WoW to be. And nothing more than that. Anything more than that, I don't want to feel forced to do player housing at all. So, young FBI overno. Just look at Final Fantasy 14 or WildStar. That's why I wonder, like, if WoW's engine is just too limited to do that sort of system where you can freely place items. If Blizzard can't do something like that, I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't even mind pre-placed stuff or stuff that goes on a template. You know, where you can only you can have a shelf that only goes in one place, but you can have that shelf look like 50 different things, and then you can have any number of like trophies or things that are put on it, like even things like a small version of a character model, like a little boss model, and hey, here's like your little trophy stuff, and all that stuff fits. I would be totally cool with that. As opposed to freely placing items and set pieces wherever you want. I think if that is a limitation of Blizzard for player housing, but they can still make it work, I'm all for it. Because I would love to have a place to decorate and hang out in. Same thing with a guild hall. If they can do something that isn't super intrusive for players, and that players can have like their own phased version of a section of a guild hall that they can decorate for themselves, I think that'd be cool too. I just want a place to display cool shit. Yeah, that's really what it is. Theed had some good ideas for player housing. I think, yeah, Theed and I talked about that briefly, and then I made a video based on our conversation. I tell you this, when Goku's voiceover dies, it's going to be a national tragedy. So it has been the same person. I didn't know that. The whole monument thing can be reused, but for guilds. Yeah, exactly. That's really all that I would want it to be, like, and not too much more than that. I don't care about let me build a house from scratch, and I want to make it look like fucking Firelands or whatever. That's not something that I feel is very critical. Because the audience for that is very small. The participants in that is potentially even smaller. You just want jiggle physics in WoW? Strip down an undead. There's your jiggle physics. And I'm not joking either. I saw a new loading screen tip. Everyone knows Alaria and Terralion were on August the whole time. Well, really? I didn't see that. So yeah, Unreal 4 does look good on the remix of some WoW locations, but Blizzard has their own internal engine and will upgrade their engine for what they want now to be playable as the most people. Yeah, at the same time, they just cut off a whole lot of people. Remember, there's a lot of people that can't play WoW. There's a number of people that can't play WoW anymore because WoW is only on a 64-bit architecture now. So there are some people that don't have their computers up to date, and they're essentially screwed. But as for updating all the way to Unreal 4, I don't think it's necessary. I think that part of WoW is the art style that they've created for themselves, and it's not necessary to use a new graphics engine to do it. I think that ultimately this system is kind of old, and because of that there are limitations to it. But it's come to the point where the engine is like been so used and so old that to change it, you effectively need to go and rewrite 13-14 years worth of WoW, and that kind of sucks. I wouldn't want to be on the team that has to do that. I think the incremental updates that they've been doing have been, you know, fine. It's fine. It's cool. Boop, 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 boop. Okay. I haven't gotten shit today. What a bummer. But not entirely. Oh no, I got one thing. Yay! I got warrior shoulders. Go me. That's it though. Just warrior shoulders. Alright, what did I miss? Okay, that came from Jerry, who said that he wanted a graphics engine update. Let's see, what are your guys' thoughts on too many allied races and stopping at certain amounts, or in BFA only? A lot of the game has been about trying to determine which races are in fact going to become allied races. I don't know, like, I think Blizzard is purposely keeping it close to the hip with regards to newer allied races than the ones that we've seen, including the Cool-Turn humans, Zandalari trolls, and the Magahar orcs, which came ahead of time. Or, you know, they kind of swap things out between Zandalari trolls and the Magahar orcs, which I'm still kind of butthurt about, but oh well. But as for there being As for there being too many allied races, no, I don't think it's a big deal. Because not everyone's going to play every allied race. I'm only going to use myself as an example, but when I was shown the allied races, I'm like, oh, okay, cool. Zanderlord trolls, they seem like it might be a cool thing. I think it's cool that Horde are getting this, and so on and so forth. But in the end, when it comes down to in practice, with, you know, between the gameplay and do I really want to do this, it's not a big deal for me. It's, you know, it's one feature that I think is cool for some people, especially for people that want to collect everything. And want to be like true completionist, or they've always wanted to be a Tauren with antlers, or they want to be a different colored elf or something like that. Cool, go ahead. I'm definitely not the type that feels dependent on that feels like the game is going to be too watered down if there's too many allied races, because not everyone's going to play every allied race anyway. Oh god, for pure terror, go into the battle pet tab and search Lost Platasaur. Okay. Lost Platasaur. Lost. Haha. You know, I think I had this guy on a, I don't know if I had him on a thumbnail or something like that. Oh, you know, someone was asking me in a comment about a pet that I featured on a thumbnail. I think it was, no, crap. It was one of those little worm shits. Is it blood? Oh god, this is gonna be impossible for me to find though. Bile larva, brood. Nope, 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 nope. It was like this. Really, it was gross looking. Not a grog. Yeah, there's no way I'll be able to find it, but it was like this gross looking thing with 2 legs and a mouth. That's it. That's all it was. The platypus, though. Ugh. That looks pretty damn awful. Oh, well. Alright, so I did all these. I needed to do... Oh, I think the thing opened. Didn't it? Yes, it did open. Yay. Childhood ruin. Aww. Cool turn racial is diabetes. Damn. Not high blood pressure? Come on. That's a more likely it's a more likely ailment for people of that stature. I don't know what the hate is on being big people though. I don't think that's a bad thing at all. I think it's cool to be like big burly like and all that. Oh my god, it's mommy, leave it at the store. Damn, you guys. I don't think it was that bad. Alright, I'm gonna turn this fan on so you guys are gonna hear sounds. Otherwise, I'll die. And it would be very awful for YouTube and me to die on camera. Oh. And so what other Cataclysm stuff have I not done? Okay, I did this plot. I did Blackwing Descent already. I did some of Bash in the Twilight. That's all I care about. I didn't do Dragon Soul because I don't. Freaking Spine of Deathwing alone just makes me not want to do Dragon Soul. That's it. And that's about it. Yeah. Have I seen Ben Rothwell? That man's Mountain New. Is he a fighter? Sounds like a fighter. Sounds like the kind of person that should be a fighter. You're gonna name your culture Arnold Pulmonary Hypertension. And hypertension. Dude, go to a doctor. You just did Dragon Soul last night and it sucks, but I only did the first boss because I was double checking to see if loot would drop or to see if gold would drop because supposedly I can get like tens of thousands of gold doing it. But when no gold drop, I was like, ah, screw it, I'm done. It's the RP stuff that really kills it for me. I'm like, ah, this shit is agony. How do we live? How am I supposed to do this? Oh, I know what I'll do. I'll do BC stuff. That's what I haven't done. Ooh, I got a couple things. I got 2 things. Yay, go me. Oh, breastplate. Okay. Breastplate and friggin' bracers. Waste of space. Do I do it in the LFR mode? No, I did not. So was that it? I was supposed to do it in LFR mode? I don't even know how to do it in LFR mode. How do you do it in LFR mode? So I'll catch you later, watch Q&A, and see how much of a shit show it is. Alright, dude. Have a good time. And otherwise, for those of you who don't want to watch the actual Q&A, I'm going to do an abridged version where I talk about what Ian had answered, along with my reactions in a video that I expect to have out today. Somehow. I'm going to put it out today. Somehow. Let's see, you think you want Reforging back, and you don't. I don't, to be honest. To me, Reforging is a waste of time. Sorry. But I'm quite anti-Reforging. Boo. I mean, I'm the type that doesn't see a whole point in it. I mean, yeah, I know it's like stat optimizing and all that, but to me that takes away gameplay. Better to just keep farming. I'd rather keep farming for gear than to just to restat and reallocate. You hate getting gear with garbage says, oh, I feel you there, but that's kind of that's the price that we pay for having so many different pieces of gear available for us. That's really what, in my opinion, what it comes down to, because there's so many different kinds of gear that we can get, and so many different possibilities, and between that and Titan Forging and stuff, that it can feel very, very overwhelming. But at the high end, I guess that's what Blizzard has that's what they've decided is the approach for gearing, ultimately, is just farming for the stuff. At a high level, yeah, you're going to end up farming for stuff. There's going to be work that you need to put into it. Yeah, thanks, Vertigo. You're alright, too. So you did Old War 25, and I noticed it said 10 in the top left. Weird. Almost all my damage is also a lot less. Flippin', there's only one mode for Old War now. You just do the, you just walk in at this point, and it automatically kind of like flexes for you. So the whole approach between 10 and 25, that went away, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong, folks. I think it was the 735 patch when they introduced Old War time walking. Blizzard's approach is to take control away from the player and give it to RNG. That's an interesting interpretation of it, and one that's widely accepted. So I totally get you, Vin. I don't think you're wrong. I see it differently though, because we have so many different choices on what we can get. It's a matter of, I'm gonna work hard so I can either get the thing that I want or not get what I want. Because you think of like BC, when there was like very, very few sources of gear, of good gear, very few choices. So you either got something or you didn't. That was kind of, it was kind of binary there. Kind of, not really. These days, it's a matter of, it's less of a matter of I get it or I don't. It's more like I get something, I get the good thing, or I get something like not as good, but you still get something. So the whole point is you're continually being, you're continually getting stuff, as opposed to not getting stuff. Of course, there's a debate on whether or not that's a great approach, but clearly that's how things have been going for a good while now. Oh, the selling of stuff. I think we get too much gear. Dungeons should share gear with generic stats and limit random stat gear. Yeah, I'm not quite sure how to get away from that at this point. It's pretty daunting, the way I see it. Come on, sell more stuff. More stuff. Anyway. Next expansion, we'll get all our gear in the pre-patch and just upgrade it the whole way through. That would be kind of interesting, actually. Let's see, part of the problem might be not having a gear plateau. After getting full heroic gear, I never considered really get upgrades. Since I would never do a mythic raid. Don't be a noob this time. Don't be a noob this time. Oh, no, no, no. I don't have any... Nothing is precious. I can get rid of everything. We're good. Okay, did I get anything new? No, I did not. Ignore. My experience in Legion, it was running a ton of sims, trying to figure out which pieces worked best. That's the kind of game that we choose to play, though, isn't it? That's something that I decided to not play. I'm like, you know what? I have Pawn installed, but for the most part, I didn't listen to it anyway. I just kind of worked with what I had, and like that was it. Like I've been saying, when you get to the mythic level, that's when those things come into play. You're going to use external systems. You're going to use different things, and other crazy things in order to get the performance that you want. Though I would argue that the larger population of players, though, they don't really play into all of that. Versus if I knew what stats I need, I could just versus if I knew what stats I needed, I could just go and my experience on Sims. Yeah, I don't think that's bad, to be honest. Let's see, Pawn went and crashed a few times. No, Chris, no weapons were the whole expansion. As well as magnetic field has gone crazy. We can't use plated weapons. Oh no. Anyway, so that's this place. I think I said I was gonna do BC stuff. So off to Dal. Dalareezy. Let's see, where'll I go first? I'll go to probably Tempest Keep. Yeah. I got like 15 minutes, so I got enough time to go there and then get ready for the Q&A. Q&A's in 45 minutes, homies. The only way to progress your gear score is to dance naked on a mailbox. Remember, zombie, you gotta be a gnome in order to get that. Otherwise, no one's gonna come through for you. Everyone's gonna be like, pfft, just another night elf, whatever. Been there, seen them all. Gnomes. Oh my god, check that out. Alright, off to Nether Storm, Nether Storm, Nether Storm. Alright. Boop, 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 boop. And let's go. Okay. True, whether or not elf and blood elf. I don't remember seeing blood elf dancers very much, because by that time we're in chat, and I wasn't hanging out in Ogremar very much anymore. I was just doing stuff over in Shatrath. Yeah, I don't remember seeing dancers very much. I remember sometimes I would see like hackers. They would be like they would be on flyers, and you would see them flying around, zipping around, crazy speeds and all that. I spent a lot of time reporting those cats. Yeah, that's when botting and fly hacks and stuff. They were not just bad, but they were easy to spot, so it made it feel even worse. Then they got more sophisticated. See, I like to tank dungeons. That's what I enjoy most in WoW. Cool. I've found when I tank raids, I'm not smart enough to memorize the fights. See, I find that interesting because I enjoy raiding. I don't because of the logistics. I'm not fond of mythic raiding. That's a large reason why I don't do it. The idea of tanking dungeons, mythic plus dungeons specifically, I find at a certain level to be a turnoff because I'm memorizing the dungeon. Because I have seen, maybe I didn't realize it to myself, but I've seen mythic dungeons, mythic plus dungeons, the same way that I see a raid encounter, just like what Ian had talked about when they decided to make the change to not allow gear swapping during the Mythic Dungeon. It's like a really, really long raid encounter where you have to memorize placements, where you have to, not just boss abilities, but individual pack abilities and things to expect from the affixes. It's dynamic, and the idea that I have to kind of think fast because the affixes might be different is cool. But at the same time, it feels a little bit exhausting because it's like a constant engagement for 20, 30 some odd minutes, and I need like a break. so it kind of wears me out. I really only learned a raid if once I do it. Watching video, yeah, me neither. Watching videos just doesn't. It's not a thing. Like, I did a video for like I for the first couple tiers of Legion, I did tank perspective videos and guides and stuff. When I did Antorus, I started doing it and then it totally fell off and then became something entirely different. It became a here's my guild and the first time in Antorus, and it was more like it was more of a funny thing because it is literally my guild's first run in Antorus on normal. But one of the rules that I have is you can't look at encounter journals, you can't look at videos. It's not what we do. Even if you did, I'm not going to listen to anything that you say, and I'm just going to pull the boss and we're going to figure it out for ourselves. And then everyone's screaming and they're like, oh my god, what's going on? And everyone's dying. And then we eventually figure it out and kill it. And that's what we did in Antorus. It took us 2 days to clear it, but we cleared it without any previous knowledge or competency either. And that was fun. To me, that's a big part of the game. It's the whole thing of self-discovery, because if you just look at a guide, this is my belief, by the way, if you just look at a guide and all that, then to me that spoils the game. From there, the game no longer becomes, hey, let's solve the puzzle. It becomes entirely, let's execute on the solution that someone else had found for me, and I'm not too fond of that. It usually isn't until like way later that I look at what other people do. I'm like, oh wow, that's a much smarter way to do it. Whoops. But otherwise, I take a lot of value in being able to play the game the way that we want to. That's very important for me. So you have a limited photographic memory, so I can't relate. Ooh, well, that's impressive. My guild had a Discord channel where we would lock people up with one of our guildies as he explained in detail the fights, more for his sake than the person listening. A few months ago, I was doing a 15 sub-raptor and above on 3 different tanks, Pally, Monk, and Dick. What was your favorite, Raptor? So I totally do mythic rating with that attitude if I could. Let's just go and see what happens and figure it out. Yeah, like, I'd love to do that, but mythic rating is so demanding. It feels like it requires a certain kind of mindset, and because my guild has such a we only have so much time together, it would hurt us more than anything. I was talking with one of my guildmates, AJ, just last night. We traded a couple text messages, and we were talking about how this time around it was really easy to maintain a roster. People were free to switch to healers and other roles if they wanted to, and part of the freedom of that, part of the reason we had that freedom is because it was flex. We had the opportunity to just kind of do what we wanted, or people can come and go as they leave. People can come and go as they please. They can come late. They can leave early. They can take breaks and go have dinner or whatever. That's totally fine. Now it's totally fine. Before, it wasn't even a thought. You would never do something like that. Nowadays, sure you can. So people that say, oh well, screw you're a bunch of scrubs and you don't know how to, you don't know what you're doing, or that's not real rating. Fuck you. It's my game, damn it. I can play WoW the way that I damn well please. So you're going off to game nights. Alright, me myself, you have a good one. Let's see, one X in chat equals 1 prayer that ashes will drop. Aww. But I have it. Haha, that's the magic of it. I bought ashes a little while back off of the black market. Cause I'm good. I'm good. Well, okay, I'm not good. I have money. Yeah. Come here, buddy. Uh-oh. Oh, did I despawn it? Fuck. Damn it. Oh, man. Well, I screwed that one up. True story, I felt invincible. As my... Oh, yeah, that's right. He comes back. I forgot. So you felt invincible? Nice. At the moment, it feels kind of hard to generate runic power, and you're not as invincible. Aww. Netherbane. A one-handed axe. Ooh, that's a big one-handed axe. It's so pink. Messing around, feel a lot less powerful at the moment. Aww. Well, we'll see what happens in a couple months, folks. We'll see how it goes with Azurite gear and other stuff. After doing enough beta stuff, I think I'm going to have a good time. I'm looking forward to seeing the dungeons. I haven't seen them yet, but I'm looking forward to those because I don't spoil myself on those either. I think it'll be cool. And if not, then, oh well. I'm still going to report on it. Haha. Maybe I'm a statist like that. I did not get ashes, but I already have it. Legend. I bought it off of the auction house. Like a bastard. Like a quitter. Quitter! Okay, I'm still not fond of the chat, you know, of the scroll button for chat being on the right-hand side. I'm totally used to it being on the left. And so you never felt invincible. He'll never drop from me. Also, how can I call him invincible? Oh, God, come on. Yeah, Legend. I got it from the black market. This is when the black market first came out, too. So, I got it for about 250 grand, I believe. So, pretty good for the time. Ooh, I got wrists. Oh, and a fell steel warhelm. Oh yeah, that's... Oh yeah. That's sexy. Anything else? Nope, okay. Actually, let me use that thing. Ah! There we go. Alright. Gotta get them ring transmog. Yeah, no kidding, dude. I want to be like, can we just make them stop dropping after an expansion is over? Because I kind of already, they're kind of useless for me. They ain't gonna do jack. Can we just let it go? Let it go. Something, something, something. Let it go. Oh, gotta put my hat back on. Alright, soon. Oh, I only got 2 minutes. Uh-oh. Yeah, because the RP for this fight's going to take forever. You know, I'll just do this fight now. And then I'll take care of the other one later. Hello, Kalthus. Where's the bathroom? Stop giving me chores. By the way, so maybe they won't give us player housing, but what do you feel about cosmetic item slots, like having belts with potions or stuff like that on it? I think that'd be great. Things that provide customization and all that stuff, I think are... Wait, hold up. Whoa, check it out. Oh my god. Kalthus. He's changed. He's become the Baldori. The elves who struggle. No shit, check it out. Oh, damn. Oh my god, he has no... There's nothing behind him. Are these guys bald? Nope. Just him. Damn, girl. I'm sorry. Yeah. Dude, straight up, hashtag Baldori. You know, I'm gonna... There we go. Actually, I'll do that again. Okay. I'm gonna tweet this thing like right now. Damn it. Alright, gonna crop this thing. Told you it would happen. Ball, Dorai, the elves who struggle. Follically. Hashtag Warcraft. And save and tweet. Ta-da! His hair fell, of course, because of the green eyes. His exposure was too great. Anyway, weapons go away. Legendaries, oh my god. Anyway. Dude, new race confirmed, man. The Baldorai. You heard it here first. I feel like at the start I'm gonna stick to my pally. Right on, dude. Well, do what you want. Definitely have yourself an adventure. Okay, dude, can you RP faster, please? You're killing me. I didn't do this too fast, right? I feel like I broke it. I'm not even seeing his, like, speech. Oh, no, there he is. Whew. Okay. Oh, that's right. There's a time. There's a time limit when you're swapping out the gear and stuff like that. Okay. Oh, disoriented. No. Woo. Will he even die bald too? Yeah, I'm not seeing the hair come back at all. Yeah, crap, I forgot about the RP. That's when typically the raid would be divvying up the weapons, making sure that people get the right stuff and all that. Oh no! Upskirt. Blizzard could ask me for like $60 just for a skip RP button, I'd buy it twice. Damn. Crab. Nah, I'm good. I don't think I would ask for that. I think I would just stop coming. Well, I hardly come here as it is. Woo! Alright. 4 Qualthalos, he says. Liar. Let's see, I got gloves. Oh, yeah. Nasty looking. So if we want to go into what if Warcraft was like Fallout? Pick up everything. Definitely morally flexible and all that. I don't care if they took it offline. I think that'd be kind of fun. Well, being an adventure, I don't DPS or heal. I just tank for the guild. So many new dungeons. Yeah, dude, there's plenty of dungeons. The baldness was nearly a setback. Look at you, squires. Humph. Alright. I got one more boss real quick, and then I'll head out, because I still got to prepare for the broadcast. As long as it's not Fallout 76. I'm hesitant about it, but I'm looking forward to trying it out when it comes out. It just sucks that it's not a traditional Fallout. So folks that were looking for one and are butthurt that that's not it, I feel for them. But I'm interested in the approach. I want to see how that goes. Alright, Zombie, thanks for coming by as always, man. And the rest of these guys, yes, come to me. And I got nothing from there either. Ugh. So many trinkets, dude. So many garbage trinkets. Ugh. Gross. Alright. So let's get out of here. Oh, I still got 2 minutes until my thing's up. We're gonna see the Blizzard Q&A. So I'll link this here right now. I'll go to www.twitch.tv/Warcraft. Copy that thing into your browser. I promise it is not going to take you to a hacker website. That's going to take you to their broadcast. I don't know if they're starting to, I don't know if they're doing like a pre-show broadcast right now, but just keep an eye on that. If anything, you'll start seeing the chat rolling if you care to look at Twitch chat, which is whatever. But I'm going to be there too. You're not going to see me say anything, but I'm going to be watching it, and I'm going to try to react to all the questions that have been answered. So I'll get in. So expect something like that tonight. Sometime tonight. It's going to take a little while for me to record and throw it together. I wish they would do a YouTube. Yeah. Well, if anything, Vertigo, keep an eye out for the bullet points that come out. And also keep an eye out on this channel here. So don't forget to follow or subscribe so that way you can see some of the reactions that I have to this Q&A. Because I'm sure it's going to be wonderful. And of course, tomorrow's going to be the weekly, where I'm going to cover all of the complaints and all the other news that happened this week. Did you know it takes longer to say dub takes longer? That's why I say dub. Haha. I'm so smart. I'm so smart. Anyway, off I go, folks. I want to thank everyone for joining me this morning for today's show. This was cool. You got to watch me do some stupid transmog stuff, as well as talk a little smack about Blizzard and share some conversations with you. And as always, it was a pleasure to entertain you all at home and work and elsewhere. So I'll see you guys over at the broadcast, and I'll see you for the next thing that I do. But until then, stay safe, stay happy, and as always, stay breezy. Breezy.